Okay guys, this is going to be the last step. This is going to be the shooters. Now, there's many different ways to string shooters. Do what you like. This is how I think I like to do my shooters best. If you don't know how to string shooters, please go watch another video. It's very difficult for me how to show you how to string shooters off of a camera. If you haven't seen the other videos in this set, please watch. This is going to be the introductory, then the interlocks, then the finishing sidewalls, then the bottom string. Right now it's going to be shooting strings how I like to do them. Mainly this video is kind of showing you how to really keep your shooters loose so your channel's tight and then your shooters loose and you have really consistent. Keeping your shooters loose will keep the ball consistently in there. If you like a little bit more whip, tighten up the second shooter. Always make sure that first shooter or nylon is as tight as possible. Okay, now this step right here you should be doing after you're done conditioning it, after you're done whatever process you've chosen to do, whether it was play with the wall ball with it before you condition it or condition it and then go play with it. But this shooter setup should be after you're done conditioning. If you're still in the process before you're done conditioning, you want to play with it a little bit, do this, but like just know you're going to have to take it out when you're conditioning it and then put it back in. That's really all you need to know. So find your sidewall, make sure it's the 1, 2, 3, third one down. You put through the sidewall, or if you have a hole, which is pretty nice, put through there. Now the basics of it is you're just weaving it across, the one going in, the mesh is going through the one out. Make sure it's the third one down. That's kind of the best point to do it because that's where the tip of your channel should be. Now that's mainly if you're stringing the interlocks like I did and you got the same channel as me, perfect. That's what I really recommend. That's my best whip. Take a lot of sidearm shots, take a lot of underhand shots, take a lot of overhand shots, all consistent. Do a lot of dodging, consistent. So if you like doing that, do it that way. I'm just going to go ahead and weave it all the way through. I know this is me not really showing you it, but it's very difficult for me to show you. Okay. Right now I'm going to show you also how I do my knots. So you have your top wall, 1, 2, 3, third one down. It's a nylon. I like using nylons on my top strings. It's really what keeps it tight coming off. So make sure you're pulling as tight as you can. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tie it off like this. You're going to go one way and then the other. You're going to tie this one way, pull as tight, and then you're going to tie it the other way. It should not come undone. With my nylons, I like throwing a third one and then a latch loop. So do you did one way, the other way, now do the original first way. And now what you're going to do, sorry if you really didn't see this, it's difficult to see. You take both of them and make it into a knot. Treat it as if both sides were one. Bam. You have that. Should never come undone. As you do your shooters, make sure you're pounding it as well. In case you don't know how to pound a pocket, that's how you do it. The reason why it's important to pound it while you're doing it, and the reason why it's really important for the condition to be there, is you're manipulating the channel as you string your shooters. You want the shooters to be as loose, to the loosest point as possible, because they will kind of tighten on their own. The ball's put lower, but then they'll loosen back up when the ball's higher. So be sure you're doing it like this. Okay. Here's your pocket again. Take your next shooter. I like to do straight, another straight, then a V. So what you're going to do is there's no hole, so you're going to have to floss it between these two. Floss it kind of through like between the two interlocks. Pull it through. Make sure it's even. And then you're going to go from the nylon, one down, to this next 9 across. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Sorry you can't see it. And make sure, do this one as loose as you can. You're going to have to adjust it a lot while you're playing. So you weave it across. Alright, now what I like to do is I really like to keep my fingers up there and pull it up as high as I can, and then kind of, you know, tighten it back up. So it's going to look like as if the shooter's just barely on there. And then you see this, even if it's like really like loose like that, perfect. Because you want the ball to glide the channel. See this? Comes out nice and easy. So then tie it out the same way as you did nylon, except for that double knot you're not doing. You're going one way and the other way. Should not come undone. It should be perfect. So you got like this. Third one, same exact way, but keep it even looser. It should be looser because it's higher up on the pocket. Should be rising, so the string should be looser. Remember, it's supposed to funnel it, not supposed to create the channel or create the pocket. You want it to guide it. God, this is a long ass video. Alright. Just weave across. Okay. Alright, get your second one done. Make sure it's loose, pound a little bit. The last one's going to be your V. Tie it off, same way you tie the second one. Last one's going to be a V. I like to keep a really wide V, but it depends on how you like it. I generally like to count off 1, 2, make it a 5. If you don't know how to do V's, please watch another shooter video. I cannot help you there. So be sure you count it off so you have 5 across, 5V across. You know, I just realized this isn't long enough. So if you don't know how to do a V, go ahead and find out. Should be 5 across, do a V, keep it as loose as possible.